the fact that Cardi B and Offset are having a bit of back and forth, and this brings up some gender roles, gender issues that are very prevalent in our society. But the fact of the matter is Offset a bum for asking for spousal support? I'm just going to say this very bluntly and very outright, because I've been seeing this narrative online, and also, Moxie, you've parroted this narrative. So I'm going to allow you to really outline why you believe Offset is a bum for asking Cardi B, his ex-wife, for money. Talk to me. What you got?
If the question is Offset a bum? My answer is hell yes. This man is a bum. Here are my reasonings. From what I have seen on the media and from Cardi B's wonderful Twitter X, formerly known as Twitter posts, I have gathered that the reason that they are getting divorced in the first place is because Offset loves to step out on this woman. He's addicted to cheating on her. Maybe that language is a little tough, but I think if you are going out of your way to blow up and ruin your marriage, not just like stepping out on your partner, but when you have kids involved, I really think you're stepping out on your family at that point. You're cheating on your whole family. And then that cheating leads to your relationship inevitably ending. And I know, sometimes we get back together, blah, 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 blah. Maybe it's not the end all be all, but a lot of times it's a clear deal breaker, and it's a tough one. It is a breaking of trust. It is a betrayal of a vow, a commitment you made. And if that ends your marriage because you cheated on your partner, and now you are getting a divorce and you want to claim, I can no longer afford the lifestyle that we used to have together when we were married, and now I would like spousal support in order to continue that lifestyle, my argument would be, you are the one who decided you didn't want this lifestyle, because my lifestyle of the marriage, which, included, I need to stop making this like that's happening to me. If I
No. This is good. No. This is good because that's how you feel. So it's cool. It's all good.
Yeah. If I were in Cardi B's shoes, I'd be like, the lifestyle that we had, was like wonderful and frivolous, and you had anything you could have ever asked for. I remember she gifted this guy for his birthday just straight cash one time, if I'm remembering that correctly. Like, they were living a good life. She's a very successful woman. I'm sure he's successful too. We'll get into that later. He's got his stuff. But I just think Cardi B is about her business. If that is the lifestyle you wanted to keep, that included being loyal. So the minute you decided, I don't want to be loyal, to me that's saying you have decided you no longer want this lifestyle. Why on earth am I going to pay spousal support so that you can continue the lifestyle that we had in our marriage when you cheated? It was a clear indication that you were no longer happy with the lifestyle of our marriage, because our lifestyle included you being loyal. So obviously, if you can't handle one part of it, I'm not going to pay the bill for you cheating. Spousal support, I think it's bum behavior. If you're going to step out on your marriage, you have to pay the fee of what that means. And that means you no longer get to live the lifestyle of being married to Cardi B. And I think you should pay her. I'll say it.
Oh my God. Wait, he got to pay her now? Not the other way around?
Yeah, I think there should be restitution, something, broken heart fee.
Wait, what?
I might not have used that word right. I just
restitution is sick. Like, that is insane.
If anything, I'm like, just leave her alone. Leave her alone. I think, I actually saw a tweet that she wrote, and I think she wrote on my mom's life, I want you to die slow.
Word to my mother, I want you to die, but I want you to die slow.
Something like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, she said that to Offset?
Yeah. I feel like I need to, she tweeted it out, about this whole this spousal support stuff. I feel like that's where she's so angry. I would be so mad if you cheated on me and you don't really spend a lot of time with our kids. you know, and I don't know these people, so this could be all hearsay, she say, allegations.
I ain't gonna hold you.
But you
not
gonna cheat and then ask me for money because you broke. Bum behavior. Behavior.
Okay, I respect it. You know, and as I like to say, there's a difference between respect and respect. Right? Remember when Birdman was at the Breakfast Club? He was talking about respect. I want my respect. Right? That's like the passive aggression version of respect. Okay? Like when you really want respect, you say respect. Anyway, I digress. I gotta ask you one quick question before I give my take on this.
Okay.
Well, just one quick question. And this is a very simple answer, hopefully, that I would hope you would give. If Cardi B was not the perceived person in their relationship with more money, would your opinion be the same?
If Cardi B had less money than Offset?
If Offset was clearly the one who makes more money, right, and they got into a divorce and he cheated, same exact scenario. He cheated, she wanted a divorce, and he's like, yo, I want spousal support. Would your opinion be the same or would it change? I'm just curious.
It would be the same because in this scenario, Cardi B has less money than him.
Yes.
And all the facts are still the same. Then that makes even less sense because how you gonna ask me for spousal support and I ain't got the money for it?
All right. So I thought that would be your answer. Now, the reason I asked you that question is because I just, I think the elephant in the room is this that nobody's talking about. It's the fact that you and everybody else who might consider Offset a bum are saying all of this because it's pretty obvious that Cardi B is the one who makes more money than Offset. Like, you could argue that, I should say, right? And so there's a clear double standard in relationships when the woman makes more money and when fallout happens in a marriage or relationship, how the man decides to approach that situation. Now, granted, I will give you one key factor here. Again, we don't know the situation at all, but if we're going based off what we think we know, it's the fact that their relationship arguably deteriorated because of Offset's infidelity, right? Which would mean he was likely the reason why the relationship deteriorated, which ultimately led to it being over. I'm almost certain she cheated. I'm almost certain she did a lot of shit that's not being talked about, that nobody knows because Offset is a man and he holding it down. Him disclosing is going to embarrass him. It's typical shit that guys have to do. We got to hold shit down, all right? We always get slandered because, guys, we can't voice certain things or you're going to look crazy. So he's probably sitting back like, you know what? I know I cheated. I ain't going to air her out too much, even though she did some bullshit that I don't agree with. But if I do start airing it out, y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy, so I'm gonna hold it down. From a double standard standpoint, a guy cannot ask for money from his woman. Like, it's just like, you just can't do it. Like, you look crazy. You look like you're broke. You look like you don't got it all together. When I am here to tell you, because I know you are Amigos hater, okay? I want the world to know.
I never
I want the world to know
that I was Amigos hater.
I'm messing with you. I'm totally messing with you. No, you're not a Migos hater. I just wanted to throw that out there because off camera we had a whole discussion about Migos and their legacy. That's a whole different discussion. But I'll say you have question marks as to how much money Offset is bringing in /have. And I'm here to say, look, there's videos out there. Y'all can go look it up. Matter of fact, shoot, when this is up on YouTube, we going to insert it right here. He's on Angela Yee's radio show talking about he done spent $10 million on Cardi B, and it was light work.
Me, personally, I'm the king of my household. Like, so I don't care. I got to go get it. I got 5 kids. I got an expensive wife. I done spent $10 million on my wife.
Pocket
right?
change.
Like, Offset got it. He having it. Like, he got it. I'm not about, we ain't in their life, but I'm here to say he probably has it. Now, that's a side note. Here's the deal. At the end of the day, from an optics standpoint, it is next to impossible for a guy to ask for spousal support. in any scenario, because in the real world, men are looked at as the head of the household. Men are looked at as the one who supports their woman and their family. Men are the ones who ultimately get blamed for everything falling apart when a relationship goes sour. In other words, we get the short end of the stick, even if we're not the one that was the cause of a relationship deteriorating or going south. I say that to say, I do not believe Offset is broke. I don't. Furthermore, I think this is just being petty. Why can't we just acknowledge that these two individuals, they have shown their petty ways during their relationship, also in their breakup. Offset knows that she make more than him. This is probably just his way to solidify his way into his children's lifestyle, because there's some discrepancies as to who sees the kids when. He's claiming she don't even see her kids. It's really the nanny. Like there's some inner marital things that you and I ain't got nothing to do with, and we shouldn't even try to have anything to do with it. But the point is this: I'm gonna be a progressive guy, and I'm gonna just say, yo, come on, why can't Offset ask for some damn spousal support? Yo, his woman was making more than him. What's the problem? That means he's a bum? Yo, if Stedman asks for spousal support from Oprah, is he a bum? That's his woman. Come on, like, what do we? It's saying like a fling. This was his wife.
This is true. I'm checking my bias also, too, because
and also furthermore, I'm gonna keep going, by the way, until you object. If the roles were on the opposite foot, right? You know what the woman would be arguing? That as a result of her relationship with this man, she was introduced / got accustomed to / now has a lifestyle with her husband and family and kids that is at a certain level. So when two people bring their finances together and they get divorced, if one person's making more money and them being split significantly reduces the lifestyle of the kids and the husband, a lot of people would say, yo, you got it, sis. Yeah, get your bag, sis. Yeah, you had the Birkins when you was with him, sis. Yeah, make sure you still, like, they would be championing this. Why homeboy can't do the same? What's the problem?
I think, okay, so as someone who has never been married and someone who has never been cheated on or been, I don't know, in this specific situation where there's like a document that says we are together. I don't know what that document looks like, and if they had a prenup, like what that looked like. I think I'm hung up on why the relationship would have ended. I think it's the cheating of it all for me. It's the disloyalty of it all for me. I think you lose that privilege of saying, I had a lifestyle, and because I met you and we had a life together, that now my lifestyle looks like this, and if we're no longer together, I can't afford that lifestyle. I'm like, who cares? If you can no longer afford that lifestyle, this is the consequence. When you lose me, you lose the lifestyle. And
let me ask you something. Before you keep. Yeah, go ahead. Finish that thought. Sorry, I got something to ask you.
With kids being involved, whoever is making the most money needs to ensure that those kids can still have the lifestyle that they had, just stability wise, like, so it should be on Cardi B, if she has more money, to make sure that her kids can still experience as similar a life as possible. But I don't think it's her responsibility to make sure that her ex gets that same privilege. And I feel that if the roles were reversed, if it were a woman being like, well, I got to go to spa, every weekend, and I still want to do that. And it's like, well, the relationship is over, and you could afford that when we were together, but now we're not together, so that means no more spa treatments. Just an example. What were you going to say?
Hey, look. I want, if you're going to take that position, I want you to keep the same energy across the board. Just want to just put that out there. Me
God,
personally,
what are you about to hit me with?
I'm married. No. I'm just saying. I just want to put that out there. Me personally, I'm married. Been married for a couple years now. Legally married, I should say, because there's some people who are not legally married, but they have a partner. And what do they call it? Domicile? I don't know. There's some other word for it. I forget.
Domicile?
Like your domicile partner? I may be
domestic
saying
partner?
it wrong, but is that what it's called?
I think it's
might
like
be- yeah.
domestic. I think domicide is when you murder your
No.
domestic
That's
partner.
homicide. No, I was thinking the word domicile, but it's actually domestic partner. You're right. All right. But look, yeah, no, I just, again, I just feel like, so for example, if I say that because like if this happened to me, I think we're now having a discussion between what is morally correct and legally correct to do, right? You're speaking on the morality of it all. For me, I care more about what the paper and the law says you can ask for, because
that
when you
prenup
start
look like?
talking about, like when you start talking about like legally married, that's you now getting the law involved. You got to go to the county. You got to file the marriage certificate. Now there's rules and regulations as to how you can divorce. What are the grounds of divorce? What are the stipulations as to what the divorce is based on? If there is something in their locality that says, their state that says, yo, if the man cheated and that's the reason as to the damn divorce, he can't ask for spousal support, I'm all for it. I'll sit here and I'll shut the hell up. I'll be like, yo, Offset, you tripping. What the hell are you doing? Like, you can't do that. The law says you can't do that. But to me, I'm like, I don't think it says that. I don't think it says that. I just don't. I think that people introduce prenups and they introduce these different agreements among their own self and their partner that says those different things, that if somebody cheated or if the divorce is based on infidelity, then you can't ask for certain things. That's something that the wife and the husband would have to argue and sign a paper. But I don't know if that's at the state level. I just want to point that out there. So long story short, I'm not sitting here calling Offset a bum. Offset is part of the Migos. He got bread. He spent money on his wife or ex-wife. I think he's just being petty. I'm not going to lie. And he's suffering from looking crazy because a man is never in any situation going to come off not looking crazy asking for spousal support from a woman.
True.
It just will never look good on a dude. So from that standpoint, I get where you're coming from. I get it. But Offset, go get your money, my brother. Get your money. She playing with you, man.
I
Just saying.
found the tweet that Cardi B specifically says.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, here it is. Word to my mother, I hope you die slow.
Damn.
Trying to request spousal support. That is her tweet. Word for word. Word to my mother, I hope you die slow. So,
I mean, that addresses it, doesn't it?
yeah, that's a good quote. Put that on TMZ.
Yeah.
What more do you need to know? Is he
Yeah,
a bum?
that's clear. That's very
Boom.
clear. Like, she explained it all there. Yeah,
Case
in two
closed.
sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're still talking about here.
Yeah,
Bye.
what the hell? Like, podcast over. It's done, guys. Thank you. No, but do you have anything in closing on this subject, or do you feel like you got it all? You got it all out. What do you think?
You still want to name 10 Migos songs since they're such
Oh
a big
my
they're such a big
God.
band, big group.
We're doing this.
Since they
We're
got
doing
so
this on
many-
camera. That's.
So many hits.
I thought I did this for you. Wait, I didn't do
I
this.
don't remember. Did you? Did you get to 10?
I think we got sidetracked somehow, but I'll keep
weird.
going.
Weird.
Yeah.
How we got
Let's
distracted.
and I want to be clear too, because look, for shits and giggles and for context, you guys, Moxie does not believe the Migos is like that as a group. She questions Offset's bank account. I don't know why she would ever do that. That's crazy. It's freaking Offset and Migos. Migos are legends, guys. Remember?
Legends.
Remember as big as the Beatles? Remember that, guys?
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Same group that had Culture 1, Culture 2, and 3. Remember that, guys? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, we all know. Come on, we all know their biggest songs. I mean, Hannah Montana, Versace, Walk It Like I Talk It. You know what I mean? Bad and Bougie. The list goes on, guys. The list goes on. The list goes on. On and on.
Sound like 10.
Yeah.
That was weird. That seemed like it was like closer to 4, maybe.
Yo,
5.
you want me to really do this? Yo, come on. All right. Yo, let me go to culture 2. Like, damn.
You don't gotta do
this
it.
is
You
crazy.
You gotta do it. You just might have to admit
Nah.
that I'm
Stir
right.
fry? Too much jewelry? Come on. What? Culture what? T-shirt? Oh my god.
Okay, you might have a point. They got a lot of bangers.
This is insane. I can't even believe I'm doing this. Like this
I
is
don't know. If I had
what
this
the
many
price?
bangers, I don't think I'd be asking for spousal support. If I had all these bangers,
Oh, here we
I'd
go.
be like, what,
Here
spousal
we go.
support? Let me just
Hey.
walk it
Hey.
like I talk it then. I don't need no spousal
Hey.
support.
Hey, all I have to say is this. Offset had to split the money 3 ways, okay? Remember, he was in a group. That's all I got to say.
Okay, you're right. Sharing is caring.
Sharon, he had to share with his brothers. He had to share with his brothers, all
loves to
right?
Throw it all around.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Takeoff, man. Damn, let him live. He got to help his family out. Damn. Sheesh. No,
Yeah, you're right.
no, but you guys let us know what you think. I mean, is Offset a bum or is he not? I mean, do you side with Cardi B? Like, what's your perspective on this? Leave it in the comments when you watch this episode.
Listen to the full episode. Link below.